Good evening, folks. Martin here, and I hope you all had a great Christmas. Now, let's get down here to the nitty-gritty trading stuff. We've been going down here for a couple of days now after last week's rally, and we're now at a crucial level that will soon tell us whether or not we'll continue to rise or if we should prepare for another leg down here to the old yearly lows. So in today's video we'll have a look at Ethereum, EOS, Stellar, and also Electroneum. But let's begin here with the total altcoin market. So we had this very nice rally here and went all the way up to 72 billion and peaked out there, and then we've sort of descended here down to around 60 billion, and then earlier today we did get this leg down here, and there is some support in this area around 58 billion, but a little bit of a negative momentum here for sure. And let's look at Ethereum weekly chart. So we've had a sell-off here for 3 days in a row. We'll look at the daily real soon here, but Ethereum is down 12% for the day here, so pretty big drop for the day. And right now we are forming a rather negative weekly candlestick, but keep in mind here that we still have 3 more days for the week. And what's important here is that we should close around 130 or higher. That would mean that we could still be in the game here for a upward continuation. So the daily chart is telling us here that we did form a distinct peak here on Monday, and we did go up all the way to $160. But this pivot point here at 145, that was just too much of resistance here. And we did close here below this pivot point right here. And what happened today was that we did lose this very important supporting trend line here that we've had for about 10 days. And now we've fallen back here all the way to the 20-day EMA here. So where do we have the support now? Well, actually this area is the support zone, so basically around 115, that's where it starts. So keep in mind here that we do have the 20 EMA here as well. And we could get a bigger move here during the weekend, because when we look at this descending volume trend here, it looks like we could get a move here either on Friday or Saturday. That's what I might expect here coming. And the next upside resistance here, that would be around 130 here. So that is now resistance for Ethereum. And if we were to get a downward continuation here, the next support zone, that is down here around 100. And also keep an eye here on this descending resistance line right here. That's the one we need to penetrate to the upside. Also the RSI is right at 50 at the moment here. So if it will fall below 50, that's also a warning sign here. Now let's look at the 8-hour chart. So what happened here, as soon as we lost this very steep supporting trend line, we did penetrate this trend line right here, but then we closed right at the trend line. But we made enough damage here, so then we got this continuation right after, so we closed way below it. So this was really, if you wanted to short the market, this was a sign here. This first candlestick right here. And when we look at the potential support here on the 8-hour chart, that is this little zone here between 107 or so up to 115. So perhaps we could fall a little bit further here, but still be in the game here for an upward move here later on. And we also could have anticipated this based on the descending volume here, because you can see here that we follow this trend line all the way until this candlestick or volume bar came here. So we knew already that this were likely to happen here. So if you were shorting from this candlestick here, then you would be in the game here for another continuation to the downside. So that's a little trick here. Now let's look at EOS on the daily chart, and EOS could be in trouble here because we don't have that much of support at all here at this level where we are right now, around 235, 240. So basically we could fall right down here to this support zone around $2. So that's a pretty big drop here potentially. And if we were to get an upward action here, we need a retest here of the breakout. So once we lost this supporting trend line here, that's where we need to retest this at 280 and also get a daily close here above this price level. Now let's also look at Stellar daily short, because Stellar is the least worst after Bitcoin today, but it's still down 9%, so it's nothing really to brag about. And it does look rather weak here. So we've been below the 20-day EMA here for 3 days in a row. And it looks like we're closing here at the very low for the day. But there is one potential positive sign here for Stellar, and that is that we do have an inverse head and shoulder formation here, where at least that's what it looks like. So basically we do have the head here, and then the first left shoulder here, and then potentially the right shoulder right here. So the question remains here if we will be able to charge higher here, follow this arrow here to the upside, and basically make this move here up to this 16 cents area up here. So here we form this hammer looking candlestick. So we need to find a reversal candlestick coming up here. So follow this closely here on the daily chart. Otherwise, if we will not get this upward move here, we will likely head down here to this 10 cents area near this pivot point level here. So perhaps some positive sign here for Stellar, but very shaky situation here. So the last one we're gonna have a look at is Electroneum daily short, and basically we've continued sideways here since we looked at Electroneum last time. But I think it's a pretty good sign because we've remained in this area, so sort of stabilizing here. Also the volume is still very low here compared to these old giant volume bars we had here when we got this major move to the upside. But you should definitely watch out here for a daily close above this fib level here around 206 Satoshi. And to the downside, a daily close below 188 or so. That would be negative, breaking out to the downside here from this sideway action here. And of course, head over to altcoinbust.io and check out our latest news. And I notice we do have an article here about EOS, and they're still dominating China's blockchain ranking list. So if you're into EOS, make sure to check that out. And talk to you later, guys. Goodbye.